Hello, 8th graders. Today what we are going to do is learn the first first lesson in block number 3, lesson 3.1. What I would like you to do is open your books up to page 91. On 91, there's a light blue box. I also wrote this light blue box down on my sheet. Does a nice job explaining what they want you to do on this, and then I have a couple examples that we will go through. So I'm going to flip my camera around so you can see what I have written down. Remember, when you're doing this, just hit pause, give yourself a chance to write everything down. You shouldn't feel rushed. Much smoother than how things go in class, I'm sure. So hang on. All right, there we go. So here's what I have for notes for lesson 3.1. Okay, it says you're going to do a reflection over the x and the y axis. Okay, so this is why I told you having some graph paper might make things easier. When point A is reflected over the x-axis, the x-coordinate stays the same and the y-coordinate changes to its opposite. Okay, so xy becomes x opposite y. When a point is reflected over the y-axis, the x-coordinate stays the same and the y-coordinate stays the same and the x-coordinate is opposite. So that becomes xy to opposite xy. All right, so the important thing to remember on this is when you reflect over the x, the y changes. When you reflect over the y, the x changes. So the opposite one that you're reflecting over is the one that's changing. So when we look here, our first question says, triangle M, N, and P reflects over the x-axis. So again, don't forget, just hit pause if I'm going too fast for you. Okay, so I've graphed that one for us. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reflect it over the y-axis. So let's remember that this one is our y-axis. All right, so all I do is I look and I say, all right, the N is right here. Okay, so we're going to reflect it over here. How far away from it? Oh, it's right here. So we're going to go with an N there. Now, it's important to remember that you put the little tally there to say that's the new one. Okay, we'll do the same thing with the M here. It's 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. And there's the new M with the tally. Now, the beauty of P is P didn't change because it's sitting on the y-axis. So it's just going to stay. So now our new one, and I'm going to do it in dashes just so that it stands out to you. Okay. And I would use a straight edge, but my hand's kind of busy holding my iPad. So there we go. All right, so there is what it looks like. Now, if we have to write down the coordinates, okay, we would say the new M would be -3, +4. The new N would be 1, 2. And the new P, remember in those tallies, is at 0, 5. Because remember that one didn't change. So when you look at the graph, N, according to what our notes say, should be 1, 2. Well, it's at 1, 2. Okay, M should be at -3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, -3, 4. So there we go. All right, now the next one I did was I just kind of made this problem up so that it was similar to what you have for your homework. Okay, it says point R is at 7, 8, is reflected over the y equals 6. What are the coordinates of the reflected points? Well, before, in all of our stuff that we did up here and a lot of your homework, it's reflecting over a coordinate, the x or the y. Down here, it's saying it's reflecting over the y equals 6 line. So that means I have my object here like this. Well, the y equals 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it's right there. So this is our line that we're going to be reflecting over. So now we say, well, how far away is it? It's 2 away here, so I'm going to go down 2. and it goes to right there. And we put a little mark. Now, the coordinates of this, remember this originally was at 7, 8. The new one down here is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's at 7, 4 would be the coordinates of the new R. All right. So remember, if you have any questions or you're struggling at all, send me a chat. I'll gladly talk you through things. So have a good day. Bye-bye.